So I'm sitting in silence and allowing stillness. I'm sitting in stillness, allowing silence. My space is opened up. Opening up my space allows space to come within me. And I can rest in peace in space. In sitting still in silence long enough, listening, I have relatively been able to see the process by which the mind makes sense, gathers thoughts, bundles thoughts together into sentences, senses sent. The idea is held in the mind's eye and converted into sound, invoked. I am invoking the thoughts of the seed idea in my mind's eye. I am giving my body and my life as manure to mature these seeds, to grow into mighty trees, which through the seasons and through the years provide fruit, apple trees, apples from the trees of my mind's eye, the apple of my eye. I give my body to these thoughts by vibrating from my heart, through my throat, through my tongue, through my lips, through my breath, invoking my invocation to live by my word and die by my word. God is the verb to invoke. God is an idea of the highest idea. The thought of all thoughts. The father of all concepts. Christ is a concept of the highest mind of God, thought. Mother is the feeling of this thought, whispering to God the Father to invoke the child, so the child may invoke the Father. For unless a man has children, he is not a father. Unless a tree has nuts and offshoots, the tree is not generating the next generations. So it is the child who makes the father, and it is the child who trains the father what kind of father the child wishes to be. And this is a ongoing feeling process of interaction between the father, the mother, and the child. By my way of thinking at this point, the idea of God, along with any pure idea, any whole idea, any inspired idea, any integral idea, any mythological idea, these higher mind thoughts reside in the pineal gland, in the pine cone inside the brain, in the empty little void that has some elixir fluid in it. The mind's eye. The eye that is before the two eyes. And so wrongly called the third eye, it's really the first eye. One can go further and say that in essence, the soul lives inside the first eye, the mind's eye within the mushy, bloody brain. I looked up 2 words on Christmas afternoon. One word I looked up for the etymology of the word God and found it is to invoke. The other word I looked up is psychosis and found that psyche is the space between where mind meets soul. Is the psyche. And osis means a condition, particularly a medical condition. And so psychosis is said to be exhibited when somebody is speaking out loud thoughts which do not make sense to the other people around them. So that the other people become concerned that you are not believing what they believe and you are not thinking what they think, and they cannot predict what you're going to say next, which could be damaging, especially for secrets kept, for the honor of the family. Now, this medical interpretation is what keeps people from speaking freely. And speaking freely is, in fact, freaking, I suppose. And this medical establishment goes back to the times of the Crusades and the Inquisitions, in which one could be locked up for the rest of one's life, or murdered, or hung, drawn and quartered, or slaughtered, or hung, without being drawn and quartered. One could also have one's heart cut out, one's nails pulled out, one's tongue pulled out, severed severely, while being cursed by people of a different God complex in their third eyes. Don't think I'd attribute this kind of thing to first eye. So there's the inversion of the vision of soul, becomes a soulless vision, a mental battle. So much of what I've been up to this last few months especially is re-establishing a freedom which I easily won in my 20s, to say whatever I like, wish, choose to, unpredictably. And in those days I got away with it because I was a fool. I was young, I didn't understand about the world, and I didn't know the dangers I was putting myself in. And that naive blindness on my behalf meant that I stepped freely in amongst the dangers which I did not see. And somehow came through all those dangers unscathed. Yeah, bruised. But I learned some very strong things in that there is a something which is protecting anyone. A godlike thing, though I could not trust the word back those days. A mother-like thing, even though, again, it sounds very peculiar to say that God, the mother, or father are protecting one individually. Those kind of statements will get one accused of Christ complex-like, psychological, spiritual egotism-like statements of somebody suffering a psychosis. And despite the dangers, I did come out and explain these same things 20 years ago that I'm explaining these days. But I've spent the last 20 years growing into the wisdom of those words. And much like the way other people might study Shakespeare, I kind of study the words I wrote in that fairy tale, although I don't actually read back over it. Those words are all encoded in my memory. So I know it all off by heart. I don't have to read back over it, but the words flow into my mind from time to time. And what the words are describing 20 years ago occur plenty of time since. So the fairy tale continues to describe things which are still happening in the inside-outer world. That's just to share what I'm saying there is literally Jesus, by invoking the Father as God and claiming to be the Son of Man who can heal people with resonance frequencies from his soul, his body, his breath, his voice, his eyes, his transmission, his auric field, his mental field, his energy field, his feeling field, his soul field, his higher mind field, his field of identity. All what he was saying is literally psychosis. And he spread that psychosis through the people he met and healed and who witnessed the healings. And through his apostles and whoever the apostles affected with his psychosis, that psychosis spread over the space of 2,000 years all over the world. At least that people had heard some version of this story, however badly told it may have been, compared to the actual events, which the people who were present witnessing those events did not fully comprehend when they were witnessing, and have sought to comprehend ever since witnessing. So that psychosis spread like a homeopathy to rarefy the whole world, to bring all sin to surface, to bring all evil to surface, and to cause all to become conscious of themselves, for good or for ill. That's what I see going on these days. Oh, I'll leave it at that, or I'll be standing outside in the cold for hours, chatting away.